Hi, this is me, Jack Jones. People call me JJ. I'm 26, I'm single, and I'm from Northern Ireland. I moved to England, where I've been a soldier in the British Army for 8 years now. I'm also in the British Army ski team, which is great. I won a silver medal last year after competing in the Forces Ski Championships in Austria. I also enjoy skydiving, playing rugby, and hanging out with the lads. 4 months ago I was serving on a 6-month tour in Afghan. As part of my role on tour, I was required to stay in a forward operating base in Sangin Valley, where patrolling around the town and surrounding area was a daily occurrence. The lads and I needed to clear a road from IDs, ready for some ISAF vehicles to drive through safely. During the patrol we were involved in an explosion. It was an improvised explosive device. Looking back, all I remember is a blur of vehicles, people, noise, and being thrown in air. A medic was leaning over me shouting around and telling me they were going to get me out of there. I woke up after being in an emergency theatre, still in Afghan, to be told that my left arm was amputated up to my elbow due to the severity of damage. They told me my injury was caused because of the pressure wave of the primary blast and being thrown a distance. Thankfully, nobody was killed. After having surgery, medical stabilisation at an army hospital for 10 weeks, I was referred to the rehabilitation hospital by Colonel James, a hospital consultant. This facility provided further care for me as an inpatient, helped me to recover from my physical injuries. This type of hospital aims to rehabilitate clients so they can return back into the community safely. They do this by helping them to achieve function, mobility, and independence. My rehabilitation was delivered by a medical disciplinary team. This busy team of people included consultants, nurses, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, and therapy assistants. Other members of the team that worked with me were the prosthesis team, social worker, and a clinical psychologist. This is Jenny, my OT. I was referred to Jenny by my consultant. They wanted her to come and see me and assess my needs in relation to my ability to lead an independent and fulfilling life as I did prior to the injury. When she came over and introduced herself as an OT, I thought she just did the same job as a physiotherapist. However, she went on to explain her role. Jen and I chatted for a while. She began by saying she was there to gather information and assess my current abilities and needs so that she could identify and prioritise the areas that may need to be worked on. Jenny asked lots of questions about how I was getting on, interests, home life, family life, work life, and areas I was experiencing difficulties in. I felt very relaxed and comfortable to share information with her. It was nice to speak to someone about other parts of my life and not just my injury itself. Jenny was telling me that she was going to help develop or regain skills and strategies that would allow me to be successful in all areas of life when I leave rehab. By this, she meant aiming to maintain an occupational balance of my performance areas in self-care, productivity and leisure. One particular area I told her I was struggling to do because I only had one hand was washing and dressing by myself. My prosthesis was not going to be available for at least another 8 weeks, and since I have been here, an assistant has been around to help me when I need it. Jenny suggested I complete a practical assessment with her in washing and dressing so that she could assess my ability as a new amputee. When Jenny returned to the ward, we got chatting. She was telling me how she was a newly qualified OT. She carried a little notebook around for reference. She said, as an OT in practice, she used theory to guide her way of working with clients, planning appropriate intervention. Jenny said she was using the Canadian Occupational Performance Model because its focus was on the needs and wishes of me and my family, and it viewed me in relation to my physical and social environment. Jenny went on to say that she was also guided by frames of references which followed the theoretical base of OT practice. It has also ensured that intervention was evidence-based. She selected frames of references according to the needs of each individual client. The frames of references appropriate to me were biomechanical, as it is primarily concerned with motion during occupation. She said those who experience limitations in movement, inadequate muscle strength or loss of endurance in occupations can be guided by this, and that good upper strength was needed for when I used my new prosthesis. Also, the humanistic frame of reference because it focused on me and my chosen goals. Jenny told me it would be good to work on maintaining the strength and range of movement in both the affected and residual arm, and the education and practice of tasks using the residual arm was required, as this would carry out all manipulative and fine motor tasks, now and in the future. This would also help in terms of building confidence and self-esteem. Jenny asked what I felt was important to me in terms of skills I would like to learn. I told her the plan was before going back to live at camp with the lads again, I'd go and live with my mum and sister for a while. I would like to be able to put on my pants and trousers by myself, as this was not something I wanted them to do for me. I kinda laughed at Jenny, saying, "Is that all she will do? Help me to dress?" Jenny explained that it was important for me to focus on what I felt was important. This would make me more motivated to learn. My specific aim was to learn to dress with one hand before moving back to mum's and hopefully back to camp once I was given the go-ahead to return to work. Jenny said dressing with one hand would prepare me for other occupations that require me to use one hand, and during the times when my prosthesis was going in for maintenance or if something had mechanically gone wrong with it. Jenny said this was a measurable goal because I would be able to perform this activity to her on my own. Jenny showed me how to dress with one hand. She broke it down into small steps. I found it a struggle once the trousers got to the waist to zip them up, and there was no way I could button my trousers. Jenny said that I should practice each stage with bigger sized elasticated trousers and allow a couple of minutes rest between each stage so as not to exert myself. When the task becomes easier for me, she said there would be no reason why I couldn't wear my normal trousers and uniform trousers when I return back to work. Just adapt them with Velcro. Jenny had given me clear instructions on the steps I should follow in a safe manner. The task was made easy and manageable, and by following Jenny's steps allowed me not to exert myself, feeling confident I could manage this task independently. Jenny said she would leave me to practice and that she was looking forward to seeing me in her next visit to see how I had progressed forward with this goal. Jenny returned to see me and I was so happy to show her that I could confidently and independently dress myself. Jenny was pleased with my progress and we proceeded with other goals that were made. I'm back at home now with Mum and Sister. Everything seems to be going okay. My arm seems to have healed very well and I now attend a rehab as an outpatient. I've been told it won't be much longer till I can wear my prosthesis, which is great. Jenny came over to see me and my family, reviewing my file and other goals that we were working towards. She recognised the importance of my desire to dress independently and used this to motivate me, engaging me in a goal that was small and obtainable, making the future a reality for me.